how we doing? So welcome to another video with me, Crazy Skin Dog, and we are here at Bayford Meadows today. We've got SRK round 7, last but one round, penultimate round. Currently sat 4th in class in SRK2, so I need a really good result today to try and beat Aidan into that P3 slot. I came up for some practice yesterday and the track is amazing. Absolutely love the track. It's so much fun to drive. Absolute blast. I had a rocket of a kart in my practice, so I set a really good time. I'm not going to let that make me feel too confident going into today. Just going to go in with an open mind, learn what I needed to learn from yesterday, improve where I needed to improve, and just try and have some good races today. Aim has got to be a podium in class again. Obviously we got that last round out, so I just need to continue that momentum, keep plugging those podiums in, and just try and take that P3 in the championship. Yeah, it's a really nice day, perfect weather, sunny, no chance of rain at all, as you can see. And yeah, it looks like it should be some good racing. Track really invites itself to some good racing. Kart parity seems all right. There's a couple of good ones, a couple of bad ones, but they got a good fleet of karts spare, so it looks like they're just adjusting that now. And the racing control looks really good. We watched the juniors this morning, and they got CCTV on the corners and everything. They're reviewing things and applying penalties, speaking to drivers, just doing all those things that we like, that give us information as drivers, so we know what we're doing is good, what's wrong, and showing clearly. They got a nice big board on the start finish line. Even I can read it without my glasses, just telling you what you've done, black and white, curb warnings, things like that. So yeah, hoping for a good day. Our grids today, we got a 2nd place start and 2 8th place starts. I'm pretty happy with that. There's nothing too low down, and 2nd is always a good start. See if we can sneak some points from that. But yeah, I'm not in any heats for a while, but we'll catch up after those and see how it's going. Okay guys, so here we are in heat 1. As I said in the intro, we're starting in P8 twice and P2 once, and the 2 P8s come in first. I kind of like it that way round, because then I can get an eye for the track, an eye for the race, and then start at the front and keep that good start. So we've got the thumbs up from the marshal, they're all clearing. There we go, the red lights come on and they're going to turn green. There they are, and away we go, and we get a decent start. Yeah, we get a decent start. It's alright, we're catching on Aidan. We're going to try and take this wider racing line, because that's just the fastest way around this corner. We're going to try and switch back now. We slide a little bit, don't get any drive. Aidan's covering the inside there, so then we're going to brake hard and early, try and look at the inside. No, not going to go on. Then some contact up ahead. I think Zach Swan all getting tangled up with Jimmy Fan, our teammate, and we're going to send up the inside of Aidan. Now it's going to slow up in front of us. We pinch the brakes, just trying to not get caught up in an instant there. And yeah, it looked like it was open to begin with, but then it wasn't. I feel comfortable coming around that right-hander today. Got it wrong a few times the day before, but yeah, this kart was fresh, it was cold. Kart 8 was terrible days. We catch right up there, but then we clip the curb, and that just kills a lot of my momentum. And then I hit that curb on the right hand side, and that kills my momentum even more. Really don't want to be hitting those inside curbs on those too much. Yeah, Kart 8 was absolutely terrible, but they took it out and swapped it, but they swapped it to this kart, which was fine because it was a good kart, but it was just very cold right at the start of this heat, so I had to get the tyres warmed up, the engine warmed up. As you see, we've got Seb right behind us there, he's side by side. We're not going to fight that too much. We know Seb's faster than us, and we're losing a lot of time defending to Aidan ahead, so I'll give him the signal there, but it wasn't looking. But yeah, we're not going to send it and keep fighting, because that's just going to drop us backwards further and further. Aidan's our main target. He's the one we're chasing in the championship. As I get the late apex of that corner wrong, and I lose a bit of time to Seb ahead. Just struggling these early stages of this heat to get in the rhythm. I wasn't on until heat 8, and then I take too much curb again. You see I lose a lot of time there. I wasn't on until heat 8, so I'd waited a long time for my first heat. Practice had probably been a good 45 minutes before this point. So the track's warmed up, the kart's warmed up, apart from my fresh one here. And so yeah, it's changed a little bit, and I've also cooled down, lost a bit of that racing focus, and yeah, just trying to get back in the rhythm. So we're stabilising here, don't seem to be losing too much behind. We're maintaining to Seb ahead, although he's pulled a gap, and just going to try and get our heads down and start building back up to these guys in front, and just driving clean
sensible lines, as fast as we can, not making any dumb mistakes. And yeah, this lap's going alright so far by the looks of it, and just trying not to lose too much time. We see Seb seems to be catching Aidan ahead. I'm not sure if I'm losing to Seb, losing to both of them or not at this point, but yeah, we've dropped back from our starting position, and obviously you always want to move forwards in these, but we'll see if the race comes to us later on. And yeah, that last corner is really fun, a lot of fun, but you've got to trust the brakes and get it right. And I wasn't used to the brakes in this kart, so I was getting a little bit wrong. And turn 1 was awkward, but fun, it was fast. And then this double apex right-hander, you're kind of braking really early, a lot earlier than you expect into that one. And yeah, that was probably the worst corner on the track for me, as I take some inside curb again there. It doesn't hurt me too much this time. And then this right-hander was very slippery. You wanted a really late apex and stay right at that black line, because if you took an early apex and went over that black line, you just didn't have the line or the grip into the left-hander. And then really late turning into this long left-hander, sweep round to the right, just keep the momentum up. And yeah, they seem to be pulling away from me a little bit at this point, don't they? It's kind of hard to tell, but Seb definitely seems further ahead, and Aidan seems further ahead. So I've got to get my head down and get some pace on here. The laps are ticking away. See, I take a look over my shoulders. Don't think I'm being threatened from behind too much, so I'm not being defensive, but I'm just not quick enough. I've got up to speed at this point, but I lost too much early on getting up to speed. I was maybe a bit groggy, a bit slow to pick up myself, and also combined with the slow kart. The kart was really good once it was warmed up, but I was just a bit slow adjusting to it early on. But we see Jimmy's potentially struggling there, and he's got 3 very fast drivers behind him in Zach Swaddle, Aidan, and then Seb, and hopefully that's going to allow me to catch up to them and start getting involved, because I need to start overtaking some SRK2 drivers here. I need to start scoring some decent points in this first heat. Going backwards in the first heat of the day just kind of doesn't set the day off right. You want a nice solid first result to calm the nerves. We get that last corner a lot better that time, as close to those tyres on the right hand side as we can, and we see it's really bunching up ahead, and I need to be on it. I need to be getting involved in this fight, and then I run wide at turn 1, and Seb's going to make a move on Aidan, and we're going to see if we can start getting interested. We're definitely catching them, but I'm making a few little mistakes that just mean I'm not in this fight. I really need to be in this fight, and looking to make up places as they battle ahead. And yeah, Jim is doing a great job here of just staying ahead in front and holding them up enough for me to start thinking about catching up. But Zach's going to send it up the inside into left-hander, and he's got it done. And yeah, that's probably going to release Zach a bit there. But Seb's now looking interested, and I've just got to get my head down and start catching up. Pull up a little bit closer when they are battling, but they've kind of gone back into a line and just racing now. And here we see the final lap board, so if I'm going to gain any positions, it's got to be done very quickly now. And we're catching, but not enough. They're battling. Hopefully someone's gonna think about some last lap fun, and then Jimmy does indeed think about some last lap fun on Zach there, and they've bunched right up, and that's dragged Aidan back into my sights. And we're gonna go up the inside. Oh, and I just clipped the back corner of Aidan there. I was gaining, and that little clip there has just killed my momentum. I probably should have gambled on the outside there rather than the inside. Jimmy's gonna run wide, and I'm gonna try to go wide around Jimmy there. And we're going to run side by side into the left-hander, and I got that done. Oh, not quite, and he's pulled ahead of me. Can I get something? He's clipped that inside curb, which unsettles you a bit, but there's not many opportunities left, and he's pulled a kart length on me. And yeah, just that little contact with the rear corner of Aidan on the first of the hairpins has just killed any chance I had there. Could have possibly got 2 of them, but I was happy by the end of the race. I'd settled in, I'd warmed up, I'd warmed the kart up a bit. I had this kart again in 2 heats time. Basically I was out for 1 heat, then back in, so I had this kart again very soon, so I was feeling happy with that. I was feeling happy with the kart come the end. And yeah, we'll we'll have to take it as our starting first heat result. But it's not ideal, but it's not terrible as we return to the grid here. Yeah, gotta be disappointed because I didn't make positions up, and as we see there was 4 guys very close to me, so if I'd have just switched it on right at the start, I'd have been involved in that fight, and then there's potentially 4 positions to make up there, and that's the difference between a podium and not come the end, or a B final and a lower B final and a higher B final / cusp of the A final. So those are those little steps that I need to take in order to progress to the next step. But let's hop on into heat 2 and see how we go. Okay then guys, heat 2, and we got Ben Chick starting to our right there in 7th, nobody ahead of us in 6th. Green light, away we go, and we're going to take that open space in front of us. We look like we've got a better drive than Ben, yeah we have, and hopefully we're going to try and hang that round the outside. Now we've got a bit of battling going on ahead, and Ben's going to stick it up the inside. We're going to try and work with him here, we're going to push him along, and hopefully we're going to make some places through. And we see Finley just head there, and it slows up in front of me, and I catch Ben, and so I put my hand up. It just, everybody braked harder than I expected, and that meant I made contact with Ben's rear corner. He stayed ahead though and didn't spin, so no harm done, other than the little bit of time we both lost. But hopefully it's a good sign. We're battling with the guys in front. Hopefully that means we're going to get some moves done. And we see an opening, we're going to look for it. No, and we're going to stick our wheel on that inside curb that we really don't like sticking our wheel. Well, I'm sticking it on there a lot. I really shouldn't be, because it does bad things to my momentum and my kart. And we got somebody up the inside there, but we're going to stick it round to the right hander. Not going to let them get to that apex first. We get this last corner all right. Yeah, that looks decent, and we actually catch up on the guys in front. Look at that, human DRS activated. We're catching right up to Ben. We're going to take a look up the inside. He's going to get to the apex. We're going to stay inside. We're going to see how the drive is. We are inside still, but he's got the better drive, so we're going to slot in behind and try not to cost both of us too much time. Yeah, and there we see we've got somebody round our outside, but we got the inside line to this hairpin, and we're just going to run it to the curb on the outside, cover that inside line a bit and not let them get into the inside there, and just try and keep our momentum up. We see Finley up ahead. Ben's battling with him. Hopefully that's going to allow me a move through. Ben goes up the inside. Can I capitalise? I get alongside with him, but I need to hang it round the outside. Can't quite hang it. Start to slide a little bit, and then Stark there has taken advantage of that, and I just couldn't get through on the left-hander, and it just hung me out to dry on the right-hander. But we got good drive through this right-hander normally. Nope, I missed the braking point, and we lose out a bit of time, lose a couple of kart lengths. See a little bit of human DRS in action there, and hopefully we can get up the inside here. See, Stark, I pull to the right there because I'm gambling on Stark winning this right-hand corner, and I'm just going to follow him through as Finn's forced wide there, and that's textbook. Decide who's going to win the next corner ahead, slot in behind them and follow them through to take that position. So now head down, got a kart length or 2 ahead, and then we got Ben ahead of that, and yeah, we're looking to make up as many positions as we can in this one. Want that decent finishing position to score as many points as possible. Take a look at the shoulders, good drive through that left-hander. We see Stark ahead gets a bad line, slides a little bit, but then I clip that right-hand apex curb again. I haven't learnt my lesson. I keep clipping it, and you see instead of being right on his tail, I'm 3 or 4 kart lengths back, and there's no opportunity to make a move into this last corner this time. And yeah, I just got to stop hitting those curbs. I don't know why I keep hitting them. It's frustrating, and it's just killing my momentum and losing me time. And then I run wide out of turn 1 there. You can do it, it's not ideal. And then we see some battling up ahead. Ben's making a move, so hopefully that's going to slow all of them up, and I can start to catch them, start gaining on the guys in front, and see if we can make any positions up. And they're going to go for it up the inside. No, they're all going to look at it, and then that guy there, the SRK2 driver on the inside, is going to clip the tyres, and then I'm going to send it up the inside of him as well. Yeah, he looks over his right shoulder. I've gone left, mate, sorry. And we've all gone through there. Yeah, he looked to check if anybody was overtaking him, but he looked the wrong way, and we'd already made the move before he even looked over his left shoulder. Now head down, we're right on Stark's tail. We're going to look up the inside, we're going to think about it, but it's not close enough to send, so we're just going to maintain the position. Human DRS in the slipstream. See somebody trying to come back at us up to the right hand side there, but they're going to get up the inside. Yeah, they are, but we're going to get better drive out of here because they've taken the less optimal line. Yeah, we're going to straight line it to that apex and make them either commit or wipe me out, and it's worked. We've played chicken and we've come out on top, but it has cost us a little bit of time to Stark ahead and even to Ben in front of him. So hopefully now I can just get my head down, get some good laps in, don't have to defend too much, because obviously when you're defending you lose time to the guys in front, so take a look over the shoulder, not taking a defensive line into here. So I assume that challenge has been fended off for now, and yeah, just avoiding these curbs on the inside, perfect, and just maintaining that momentum around these multiple right-handers in a row, and then the last but one corner, and then this really fun uphill right-hander. You can just chuck the kart in there, kick the brakes, chuck the kart in. Because of the incline, the kart scrubs a load of speed, and you just kind of slide, although sliding isn't the best option, you just kind of slide round those tyres to the right and then just get on the power as early as you can down that straight. It's a really fun corner, easy to get wrong but enjoyable no matter what. And yeah, we're just looking to build this gap down. We see Stark make a move ahead up the inside, and that's forced Ben wide and offline, and now that's made us interested in trying to catch Ben. Let's see what options become available to us as the race moves on. We've made some positions in this one at least, so we've made forward progress, which is always good, and scoring decent points. But we want more. We always want more. But yeah, need to make up for the less than ideal heat 1, as we see that last sequence of corners there. Got a spot on there, nearly hit both tyre barriers. Final lap, the board says. We've got a couple of kart lengths to catch on Ben. Can we make a move? We're catching him round here. Got good drive into the right hander. Yeah, we're catching up on the apex of that hairpin there. Good drive out. Yeah, we're gaining. We're going to send it. We're going to go for it. We backed out of this with Aiden in the first heat, but we've made it stick this time. Little bit of side-to-side contact, but the move was already made when that contact happened. So that was a great move, even if I do say so myself. Probably what I should have done in the one with Aiden in heat 1, thinking back at it. But yeah, really happy with that move on the last lap to take those last couple of points that were available. We see Starks gain too much ahead, even though those guys are battling ahead, for me to be involved in that. Maybe another lap or two. We always want another lap or two, don't we? But yeah, there we go, checkered flag, and that's a decent result. Some good points scored there, and yeah, I'm happy with that one. I look back, give Ben a wave, just an apology for the contact. There was nothing wrong with the contact, but I still don't like making contact. I like to avoid it as much as possible. But yeah, let's hop into heat 3 and see how we can finish up the heats and where we can get into for the finals. Okay guys, so heat 3, and we're starting P2 for this one. Obviously they left the brake block in my front wheel. Right, we've got Brad Shepherd starting on pole. We're starting P2. We're just gonna try and slot in, follow him through, and try not to lose any positions. Red lights are waiting, green light, away we go, and we get a decent start. We're going to slot over behind Brad, give him the super secret signal of go fast and quickly, because I don't want to be caught up racing. He gives me the signal, I give him the signal. He's taking a nice slow entry into here, and we're just going to ease him through. No real bump in there, but just a little bit of easing through. He's slowing right up. He's driving this slow. He's driving very smart. He's allowing third, fourth, etc. a chance to send it on me in order to build him a gap. But now he's gone and he's pulled a good 2 or 3, 4, 5 kart lengths, and I've got a bit of breathing space as well now though, so yeah, I maybe could have tried to make a move on him in those first few corners, but I didn't want to ruin my good starting position, and yeah, just happy to get through this one in P2, to be honest. Just want to get my head down drive my lines, human DRS activated, see what we can do. Now he's far enough ahead that I don't need to worry about battling him. He's probably going to pull away for the rest of the heat, but I just need to focus on keeping this P2 now and all the haul of points that come with that. And yeah, I'm driving all right. I'm happy with my pace by this point of the day. I've learned to stay off those nasty curbs that keep messing me up in my earlier heats, and yeah, just driving clean, driving fast, trying my best to take a P2 in this heat. There is obviously some very fast drivers behind me. Hopefully we won't see any of those in front of me. But yeah, I'm comfortable with my pace at this point. We see somebody's got up on the back of me there. We see a shadow as I check over my shoulder, and I'm not sure who it is at this point, but I run wide on that right-hander. Take a look. I take a nice long look, and we see it's Sam Slater, and we know Sam's fast, so I just need to keep my head and not run wide into turn one like that, and allow him up the inside. So yeah, I've not taken turn one very well there. I'm going to try a switchback. No, it's not going to be on. Yeah, I've not taken turn one very well. I've made a little bit of a mistake, and Sam has obviously capitalised on that. Had some great battles with Sam throughout the year. Managed to best him once, maybe twice, through some real strong defending. But yeah, one little mistake and he's always going to capitalise. He's a great racer and very fast. So I'm now third though. I'm still happy with that. No SRK2 drivers have overtaken me at least. And yeah, just going to get my head down. You see Sam's already starting to build a little bit of a gap there. He's pulled 4 or 5 kart lengths on me. And yeah, I'm just going to try and maintain this. Take a look over the shoulder, activate human DRS. Standard activity once you hit the straight. And I take turn one better this time. Couldn't have done that last lap, could I? But yeah, no, it's all good. We're happy with the pace. This is all just practice for the final now. Yeah, gonna try and hold on to this third place, and hopefully that'll put me in a good position for those finals. But I got to hold on to this third place first of all. I'm happy with my line through that right-hander. I'm not sliding much. I'm sticking to the inside, the right-hand side of that black line, and just getting it well. This left-hander I'm happy with when I don't hit the curb. See how much faster it is to not hit that curb. It's very tempting to take that inside curb, but it really just bounces you and sends you out wide, and it's not a good plan. This real fun last corner, that right-left chicane, so much fun. Just can't get over how much I enjoyed that corner. It was an absolute blast. And clip some inside curb, which causes me to slide into turn one. Take a look over the shoulder, make sure it hasn't cost me. But I don't seem too worried by what's going on behind. I think I've got a fairly decent gap at this point to the karts behind. So you're stuck just listening to me waffle about how many mistakes I'm making, I'm afraid, for now. And hopefully until the end of the race, because I don't want to lose any more positions, and I can't see myself gaining on Sam and Brad ahead. But we're going to hope that this puts us in a decent position. I'm still challenging. Oh look, I've taken that inside curve. It hasn't hurt me too much that time, but yeah, I don't know why I've decided to do that on this lap. Yeah, I've currently sat P4 in the SRK2 Drivers' Championship, so I'm hoping for a decent high B final finish to get in amongst the potential for a podium, and see if we can't get another trophy and a big haul of points. But we've got to not mess up the rest of this race first. I am finding I'm much better at not getting distracted mid-race. Early in the year I'd start thinking about what I was having for tea or where I was going to go later, you know, those kind of things. Rather than focus on the racing, I was thinking about random off-track things, and that little lack of concentration was just making me make mistakes. I'm staying concentrated now. I'm just driving like an idiot every now and again, and Brad and Sam ahead are just very fast drivers that have pulled a gap on me, so that's kind of expected at this stage. But yeah, we're enjoying our laps around Bayford. Lovely sunny day, real fantastic track. Kart parity was iffy at times, But there we go, the checkered flag down the straight. Yeah, not even going to activate the human DRS. We're not worried about anybody behind us. So yeah, we take a P3. It's a good way to end the heats, I think. And yeah, I really enjoyed these heats. Unfortunately, I have no footage of the final. So we'll jump into the post-heats vlog and then we'll have a chat about the results after that.
Hey guys, how we doing? So we've done our 3 heats, and yeah, we had some decent results. The kart for 2 of our heats, Kart 8, wasn't great for the start of the day, but they swapped it out just before my first heat, and it was much better, so you had to get up to heat. I took 9th in that heat. I probably could have done better, but I had a poor start, poor first lap, and then had it again 2 heats later, my next heat, but just 2 heats after that. And yeah, it was decent. We got up to 5th in that one, and then starting from P2 on the grid, yeah, Sam Slater came through and managed to overtake me, which was you know, disappointing, but he's always going to do that, and he's faster than me. And I just I looked behind and slowed up a bit inadvertently. Just kind of got in my own head a little bit, but I got P3, which is fine. Puts me 4th in class overall. So chance to fight to a podium. I'm last in the B final currently on the standings, and the guy in 3rd currently is quite a way up. I think he's in 4th or 5th in the B final. So I'm gonna have to make some overtakes, probably on some SRK1 drivers if I want the podium. I'm just got to hope for a decent kart, I guess, and some good racing, and see what we can get. But the racing's been great, the marshal's been great. Yeah, it's been really good so far. They've been really fair with penalties and stuff, so yeah, it's been a great day, run really efficiently, and we're ready to get in this final, see if we can steal another podium. That's the plan. Unfortunately for our championship hopes, Aidan has absolutely smashed it today and is in the A final and probably going to win the class. So shout out to Aidan for a great job on that, but it does kind of reduce my chances of a 3rd in class come the end of the season. But we'll see how it goes, see what happens. You never know, do you? So yeah, we'll jump in that final and see how it goes. Okay guys, how we doing? So I'm in my car now because we just finished the event, and I forgot to record anything after the final. Yeah, it was a decent race. I swapped batteries before it, and the one I swapped to only had less charge than the one that I'd taken out, and I was on the grid before I realised it cut out at the start of the final before we'd even got to the lights out. So that wasn't ideal. So yeah, no, check the battery before I go on the grid in future. I'm normally pretty good at doing that. But yeah, so no final footage unfortunately, which is a real shame because it was a really great battle with Harrison. Me and Harrison had a fantastic battle all race. Unfortunately for Harrison, Diego spun ahead, and I gambled correctly going around the outside, and yeah, I got better drive because Harrison had to jink to avoid Diego. So I got racing brain on now after a day's racing. But yeah, Harrison had to jink to avoid Diego, and I just went around the outside. That gave me a little bit better drive into the sweeping long left-hander, and yeah, I just carried more speed in, got ahead of him there. And then next lap, I think Diego and Harrison had an issue, contact. I think Diego wiped Harrison out, and then Harrison was nowhere behind me. So yeah, it was a really good battle. I'm gutted I didn't get on camera because yeah, fantastic battle. Me and Harrison both driving really well. Harrison drove a great defensive line, really kind of, yeah, I was trying to set him up for a move, he was setting me up, showing me gaps, and then, you know, not letting them be open. Yeah, really good battle, really like what we come out here for to do. Just yeah, drive, have a great battle, have some fun. It's just a shame it got ruined at the end by the incidents. And then that meant I finished, Diego pulled to one side because he obviously wiped Harrison out. He'd get a penalty for it, but he'd drove past the 5-second gap era, so he pulled aside and let Harrison overtake him, which gave me that position. So out of 11 karts, I finished 9th in the B final. So that should put me about 19th, I think. Yeah, 19th. But we'll get the full results up at the end and go through those. yeah, it was good, decent points, great racing. A little bit disappointed I didn't get on the podium. That put me 4th in class. And yeah, one of the guys' first time to the championship was entered into SRK2, despite having karted for 20 odd years and driven in like Club 100 championships like that. So yeah, they entered as SRK2. They didn't get reclassified because Aiden and Tom Seabrook out qualified him. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed about that because it stuffed me out of a podium. I finished 4th in class, and that guy finished 2nd. But yeah, amateur class as a guy that's been karting for 20 years in it. So what are you gonna do? That's fine. It doesn't affect my points. It just means I don't get a shiny trophy to show off. But yeah, the decision's made. It's fine. We're going to the last round now, Buckmore. Looking forward to that. Had a fantastic time at the track here. They ran super efficient, super well. Some of the karts weren't great, and they probably could have swapped those a bit sooner. But they did swap karts much more in the second half of the event. First half of the event they were quite reluctant. Second half they were swapping karts when they were clearly off the pace or too fast. But yeah, so it was a really good event, really well ran. Probably up there in my top 3 events of the year. And it was a really good result for me. 19th place overall in the top 20 is always a good point score. Unfortunately for my championship hopes, Aiden took the win overall, had an absolute flyer of a day. I need that man to have a bad round at some point, but he's just so consistent. He's just always in that fight. So yeah, I think I need to look at the results once all the points are out and everything. I think that's probably P3 out of reach, unless he has an absolute stinker of the last round and I manage an absolute stonker, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll hop into all the results and everything now.
Okay then guys, so here we are, we've got the results up, and we'll see down there in 19th towards the bottom of the page. I take 4th in class in SRK2. 192 points, decent haul of points, well happy with that. Yeah, anytime I finish in the top 20 has got to be a great result. I finished above Harrison as well, so that's a good thing after a great battle with him in the final. We see Tom took 3rd in class, 16th overall. Aiden with an absolutely amazing day, taking the class win and 10th overall, just proving my earlier point that allowing somebody of 20 plus years experience to race an SRK2 was questionable. He took the fastest lap in the finals. Yeah, whatever, I've had my moan about that. The day was great. The guys run a fantastic championship. I've had an absolute blast so far this year. So yeah, that's only one little blemish, but as I said, the points are the same. That's what ultimately matters for the overall championship. So let's take a look at the standings in the overall championship, and we'll see I'm still P4 currently, but a second 19th position in a row has scored me some decent points. And Harrison has actually dropped back to 3rd now after that result. Aiden taking himself up into that 2nd position and actually in the battle with Tom Seabrook now. He's had an absolutely amazing season, and really coming good towards the end of it. But if we look there, I need 67 points to overtake Harrison, and you add your heat points to your final score for your total score. So if I can have some really good heats and qualify ahead of Harrison into the finals at Buckmore, then we have a chance at taking that P3. We know 67 points is the target to overturn. 102 to beat Aiden is probably a bit of a stretch unless he has an absolute shocker. But yeah, 67 points more than Harrison to get P3. That's the aim. If I can do that, then I've managed to take that top 3 finish in class, and that would be absolutely amazing. Had no expectations of being battling within this top 3 come the end of the season, early on at the start of the year. So to be on the cusp of it at this point is very exciting, and really hoping I can pull it off. But you'll have to wait to find out how Buckmore goes. I'm really looking forward to that round. So let's move on to the team championships. We're back in second place in the team championships after me and Shane had a good day. Yeah, we're not going to catch home move, mostly because Aidan and Harrison are both in that team and are scoring absolutely mad points. But yeah, I expect the SRK rookies might come for us come that last round, because Tom's obviously scoring most of their points. But we'll see what happens. Our aim at the start of the year was to win the team championship. That hasn't quite panned out. A few poor rounds, unlucky rounds, and just not having two drivers scoring top points regularly has kind of scuppered our chances, because Aidan and Harrison have just both been scoring absolute top points all year. But P2 is still a really good achievement in that. And then we have an extra little surprise. We have the Southeast Championship, and this is for the last 3 rounds, the Southeast rounds of the main SRK Championship. There's an extra championship running, a little cup kind of thing, and the rules are slightly different for this one, in that if a driver from SRK2, because this little cup is predominantly aimed at SRK2 drivers, if a driver from SRK2 qualifies after the heats in the top 30% of the field, then they are promoted for the purposes of this little cup only. And as you can see on the screen, I'm currently leading the Southeast Trophy, because Aidan and Tom Seabrook have finished in the top 30% of the field after their heats, and got themselves promoted out of SRK2 for the purposes of this cup only. And I'm currently sat ahead of Harrison and then Jake Shute in third. So yeah, hopefully. It's kind of weird, because I want to be as high as possible at Buckmore. I want that P3 in the championship, so finishing in the top 30% after heats I'll be happy with, because it gives me a good shot at P3 overall. But it would make me ineligible for this little cup, and it would be very fun to win this little cup. There is a prize as well, £75 racing voucher prize for winning this Southeast Trophy, and I assume a trophy as well, since it's called the Southeast Trophy. So it would be great to manage to win this little extra thing. We're 39 points ahead of Harrison, so obviously we'll see what Buckmore brings. And yeah, on Buckmore, I absolutely cannot wait. This looks like such a good track. I've never been there. Touted as the home of British karting. So yeah, really can't wait to go and try it out. And yeah, for the finale of the championship, hopefully I'll do a lot more on the day with some live streams and stuff like that, and just post on social media. So keep an eye out for those. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.